Hey, what's up? It's Sugar from Sound Candy Studio. Today I'm going to take a look at a virtual drummer. It's called Deep and it's by UJAM. If you don't have a drummer and you can't program drums, no problem whatsoever. See you in a moment. Welcome back. Right, so we're going to take a look at this virtual drummer. It's called Deep and it's by UJAM. So, as I said, why would you need this? If you're not good at programming drums, you're not using a sampler, but you certainly want that feel of a live drummer and you want it to be done quite quickly. This is certainly a good product to do it for. So why would we need it? Let's take a listen to it. We'll hit C3, as you can see indicated here, and we'll hear what that sounds like. Now that's a great sound already, but I'll go through and explain a few things. So we have on the left hand side at the top we have instrument, and as you can see, each of the keys are indicated where the sounds fall. So here you can on C2 you can see that you have a crash, and on C1 you can see that we have the kick. So now I'm using a launch pad to do this, but you can use it on your keyboard. But because if I use my keyboard, I have to turn around. But on so that's all your crash and your ride and a hi-hat, and they're all here. On the right-hand side, you have your styles, and I'll explain how that goes in a minute. Down here, you have the drum kit, and on the right-hand side of here, you have your mix presets, and at the bottom, you have the individual controls for the sounds themselves. So your kick, your snare, your tom, your hi-hat, your ride, and your crash. Then you have the ambient section, your overhead in your room, and then you have the master section, which includes reverb, saturator, and maximizer, and then you have the overall signal out here on the far right hand side. So let's go through and see what this sounds like. So as you can see, again over here on the right hand side, if you press C3 on your keyboard, you're going to get that sound there, and if you press C4 you're going to get that sound there. And as you can see, we have intros, we have fills, we have endings, we have breakdowns, and all sorts of stuff that we can play around with, and we will do that in a moment. And on the left hand side here we simply have the individual components themselves, the crash, the highs, the rides, and all the rest of it, and we can build up our track by just simply doing this on your keyboard. But that's great. So we have here, let's just play. So we have here a piece of music I'm working on, so let's just see what it sounds like. But what we want is some grooves to go along with that, and we want them to tempo sync. So as we've dragged this into our DAW, it automatically matches the tempo of our DAW, so there's no problem there. So we already know that when we hit this, it is at 90 BPMs per minute. So let's just play along and we'll cycle through some of the sounds. As I said, this is kind of, in my head, it's kind of more like jazz hip hop style. So let's just go through, we'll go to the factory settings and we're going to go, let's go to jazz and see what we've got here. And we'll cycle through some of the sounds and see what we have there. That's not going to work for this track. Let's cycle through and see what else we got. Okay, so you know what, let's just play this with the track. That's not going to work for me. Let's just see what else we got here. I like that. Let's see what else we got. Too slow. Okay, so the jazz style is not going to work. So not for this track. So let me go to the hip hop kit, and so maybe I should have done that. Let's have a look. So we have an introduction kit, we have the funk kit, we have the hip hop, we have the jazz, pop, and soul. I'm going to target the hip hop section because I want that kind of old school boom bap style. Let's keep going. See what else we got. That's a bit harsh for this one. Too slow for this one. Not right for that track. And that can probably work. So we've got a couple of options here. Let's do this. Let's just drag. I mentioned before, we can drag these icons. So anything with these 6 little dots on the top of it here, you can see here, which means we can drag them into our DAW. So let's just drag C3 in and we'll do it there. And let's just duplicate that a couple of times. Let's see what we got there. And let's start off our beat and we'll see what it sounds like. In fact, let's just duplicate a bit more and then we can go through and we can target some of these sounds here and see what they sound like too. Let's go to the drum kit and let's say wide. Let's go to the rich one. I'm just going to cycle through some of these and see what they sound like. Let's go over to here where it says gentle. I quite like the lo-fi. So let's go in and let's solo this drum, and we are going to go through and check out some of the different styles down here. So we can see we're on the kick, and we have A through to E, and we're going to play through some of those sounds. We'll solo them and see what they sound like as well. So let's solo the drums. Let's start on the A. So this is the kick drum we're doing at the minute. Oh, I do like that. Now C is going to be the one for me, so we're going to go with C. Let's see how that plays in the track. Oh, I like that. Now, so as you can see, what we did before is when we go over to this section here where we have all the fills and the endings and the breakdowns, we can really go nuts and just simply, let's just get rid of some of these things here, and then I can show you that we can drag just anything in. So if we wanted, I don't know, let's just drag a breakdown in, and we'll start it here and see what that sounds like. So we're going from our C3 key, which is the intro sound, all the way to the breakdown. Yeah, that's kind of nice, and it can work. So the whole idea of this is that you can just drag these things on as at will and just make a nice little groove up, and you can do it real quick. So what I have done is let me go in and delete some of these ones here, because I did do one before. So you can see it, this one here. Let me drag that in and see what that sounds like. So this is where I've dragged a few of these icons in. I've done some fills, but I've strictly played it on this side of the keyboard. So essentially from C3 upwards, but we still, if we wanted to add, I don't know, crashes and fills on this side and add extra MIDI notes to it, we're happy to do that. It's not a problem. So let's go through. So I play some chords on here. I played a little tiny chords on here using easy keys, and it's the electric Rhodes piano, and I put this thing on here, which is Abbey Roads. It's just to get some noise on the track. So let me show you what that one is there. That is, where are we? Abbey Roads. It's this one here. So it's that there. That's what I'm using to get that crackling sound there. And that's it. So let's just close that down. Let's just play this track from the beginning so we can hear what it sounds like. So we've got that kind of lo-fi sound to it, so let's play through and see what it sounds like. If you take a look over here, you can see where all the key changes have been made. So you can see what you can do. Let's just slide it down a little bit more so we can see where some of the other changes took place. So just keep an eye over here. You can see where the key changes have been made. So we're adding a fill there. An ending breakdown. And as obviously, as you know, you're not limited to where we are here. So let's just mute this here. You're not limited. So once we've got this thing in here, we can quite happily just go in and change it to wide. We can even just change the entire sound. Let's go and do this. Let's drop this back. Let's do it there. We'll just cycle through. So you can clearly see how you can make a track really quickly. No drummer, no samples, just one plugin, and it will do it all for you. Right, if you like this plugin, please check out the other ones from UJAM, and also I will see you again next time. Feel free to leave a comment. If you are watching the channel and you haven't subscribed, please feel free to subscribe, and I will see you guys again next time. Take care for now. Make your music. Take care. Bye bye.